Kenya girl, Kenya girl. How you gonna read somebody in their house? Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Camray and you're watching Camray Music TV. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel. Thumbs up the video to let me know you're liking it, you're loving it, you're living it, right? Comment down below your thoughts on this week's episode and let's go ahead and get into this review. All right, so this is episode number 5. We had a lot of things going on here, but we mainly are here for the Bailey Q. Now, Cynthia said it's the annual Bailey Q. Maybe that means from now on we're gonna do it, because last year was the first time, I thought, right? And she's only had the lake house, what, less than 5 years. I don't think, you know, whatever you want to say. All right, so all the ladies are gearing up for that. Let me just say, these women are slaying on this camera. The hair is together. The makeup is together. The lashes are popping. The outfits are together. The homes look amazing. Let's just look at the journey. Look at how far we have come. And everything just looks great. Okay, even whether you have a smaller home like Eva, it's still, Eva just gives so much to this cast. I'm so glad she's on the cast. So yeah, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So Candy, we're gonna go ahead and get Riley out of the way. As much as I love Riley, she just had a small part of the show. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it. All right, so Riley, I guess Candy has been sending her away. Bye guys. That's for the vlog. Okay, so Candy has been sending her away to do like summer internships, summer programs, which is good because you teach your child how not to be so up under you. And if you have the means, why not do it, right? So she's been sending Riley away to go do these things. So this summer, maybe this past summer, Riley is going away to New York to intern for a law firm, which is, that is bomb, okay? And so the apartment or the condo that Candy is putting Riley up in is $6,000 a month. I was like, I mean, it's only 2-3 months, so fine, cool, whatever. But I just was like, honey, Candy is so, when I become rich like Candy, I want to be Candy type of rich, okay? She just don't even, you would never know, because she don't act snobby. She don't act, you know, like she has the things, she buys the things, she provides the things, but she ain't out here acting like she just, you know, so well endowed that she's above other things, you know? So anyway, so we're finding out that Riley is learning responsibility, accountability, independence, and all these things. But why Riley don't know how to clean her own shower? Why Riley so shocked about putting water in the ice tray thing? I mean, but honestly, if we're gonna be real, when has Riley ever had to be in a position where she had to put water in these ice cubes? Now, I mean, there's lots of other things you can make with these ice cube things. You can make like fruit pops or popsicles, or, you know, make little juice ice cubes or whatever. So it just kind of did shock me that she didn't really know that. But she was looking for the ice maker, right? Because she's grown up this way. It always is so funny, you know, when people of different generations say like, well, you're spoiled, which is, I say this a lot. You're spoiled because you have this. That's normal for that generation. So any generation before you is going to say you're spoiled because you have something that they didn't have. You have a way, you have things going on that they weren't privy to. So that's what's going on with Riley. Kayla's letting her know, you know, I know how to, I clean my shower, I clean my tub, do you clean yours? And then that just kind of let me know, okay, you got 2 girls, both young adults, and they both got their own bathroom. Candy is rich, okay? Surrogate rich, all right? So they're dropping Riley off. Thought it was real cute that they had like a family trip to do so. We see Kenya and Porsha in this Mommy and Me class where they're dancing with the baby. And, you know, Kenya's just really uptight, you know, saying that Porsha shouldn't be twerking. It's a time and a place. And I just was like, girl, like, you have so much going on within your 4 walls with you and your husband. Let loose where you can. And Porsha's the perfect one to do it with because Porsha got her own stuff going on with her man. And so, you know, if Porsha can get out there and cut loose and have a good time, like, why can't you? You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of bothered me that even all episode long, Kenya had this thing going on where it was just like, let me just mention the #1 thing in my life that I'm going through in the most inopportune times. Like, you shade all these women, but you're confiding in them all the problems that you're having in your marriage, and like you don't have no friends. And at the weirdest times, like, you have a good time, twerk at the dance class, right? So anyway, so they're talking about that. Porsha gives her some advice I was barely listening to because I felt like, why are we talking about this at this time? Anyway, the babies are gorgeous. Babies, I mean, when babies start coming into their own and getting a personality, like, who doesn't love a baby, right? But you just see how miserable Kenya is, because she has this mean girl persona throughout the episode that I'm gonna talk about in a minute. Okay, so let me see where else we're at. Nene, Marlo, and Jovana, they meet up, or Jovana, sorry. They meet up and they are discussing Cynthia. Now Jovana, that B from Clark Atlanta, as she so plainly put it, I am not here for your position. Now listen, I feel like they do all the girls like this. They kind of like bring them in as a friend, and then that friend kind of sticks with that person so that they can get into the crowds and get into the parties and get into everything. Then they try to like make their own way. And usually that works out for certain people. But when you try to do that off the heels of someone else that everybody has a problem with, and you try to dip into some business that don't have nothing to do with you, that you weren't around for, that's where we have a problem, okay? Jovana is telling Nene that she was with Cynthia, and Cynthia was talking all this mess about Nene, and Jovana's giving her thoughts about the situation, and she's got the tea. And you know, people like that, I cannot. Now, I don't know Jovana personally, and, you know, let Eva tell it, she don't either. But it just amazes me how, you know, you just use an opportunity to get closer with Nene to drag down another. Like, yeah, she was talking mess about you, but was it really that? Because later on we find out it wasn't really that, right? So yeah, so they're talking about that, talking about the Bailey Q. Obviously Nene's not going. So everyone's gearing up for this Bailey Q. We got Eva in the refrigerator, still some good cinematography there, good angles, good editing. I'm loving it. Y'all know I'm a production head. I'm loving it. Everyone's getting ready to go. We see Porsha and her mom, and you know, Portia's still not able to find a nanny. She hasn't put the time in, and she's also being very picky. Now, honestly, I don't have any kids, but I feel like I would be just as picky, especially with my first child, especially being a little older. People are a little crazier now. Portia's mom is not some meemaw sitting at the house knitting, okay? Portia's mom is still out here making it happen, all right? So, and then Lauren, she has her own stuff going on. And then the other Lauren is her personal assistant, so I get it. But I feel like you had an extended amount of time for maternity leave because of, you know, what you were going through. So in that time, you should have been vetting nannies if you were really gonna be like this S on your chest type of mom. Instead, you know, you felt like I could just take my baby wherever I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take advantage of my mom being here, which I get it, totally get it. I can't even say that I would do any different, but now it's like we got to pick it up. We got to get it moving, right? So we see that little dynamic and Porsha being able to take a nap because her mom is there. But we know that at that time she didn't have a nanny. So when Cynthia is calling different people, you know, Portia's letting her know, like, I have a nanny for the day. Or I hired a nanny the other day, but I don't really trust her all that much yet with my baby because I ain't really left her with her yet. And I was like, but you hired her though. Like, why not let this be the first time? Get the little camera, like, now let me show you all this camera. I got this little camera for my dog, and you're supposed to like hook up an app and you can see him, you can talk to him and all of that. Get the little camera, get the little nanny cam so you can watch her, like, and be watching on your, be checking your phone if that's what it is. But it's like to bring your baby and all her full spread and nursery stuff to this party where women gonna be drinking and cackling and reading and twerking. Like, I mean, it's just like an overall loud good time, a girl's night where a baby just, and she's not at the newborn age where she just go to sleep. Like, she's kind of active, right? Like a little, to the point where she got all these toys. So I kind of had a problem with Porsha with that because she was being so annoying at the party. And I love Porsha. Porsha is my spirit animal. But she was being so like, now where my baby gonna go, because that's my baby's nursery, so where we gonna move the baby when it was time to play the game, right? And so just stuff like that. Like, you know, when you have kids and you're around people that don't have kids, you gotta take those extra steps to make sure like your baby is good, but it ain't stopping nothing over here. And so off that same tip, you know, Cynthia had told Kenya that she couldn't bring her baby. Kenya gets an attitude saying that she mean, and then she doubles back and says you can bring her, obviously, because she told Porsha. Now, I just honestly feel like Kenya is upset about this Mark situation. It's very tense, which who can blame her, honestly? But you would be tense in the same situation. I know you would. But she's very tense in this situation. And so instead of being able to direct her anger at Mark, which she cannot, I feel like here is coming out at all the wrong people. Okay, so she's mad at Cynthia to the point where they're sitting at her place and she is just reading Cynthia as if it's not Cynthia's home, as if Cynthia ain't part of mostly the reason why you're back on the show. I mean, you had to have a connection with someone, right? So I don't know. I had a problem with Kenya for that, because it's like, what is going on? What is going on? So Mean Kenya is back. So we are sitting outside. You know, all the ladies are in red. The theme is wear red or get red, which was cute enough. We see that Kenya is re-gifting Eva's gift to Porsha. Now, it's one thing to do it and let the camera know and just hand it off to her, but no. Kenya had to step it up a notch, right? She had to let her know, like, this is not her first home. So Porsha's like, well, whose home was she at before? And then, you know, she lets her know. So then Porsha takes it a step forward and goes out to let Eva know. Now, honestly, if I was Kenya and I was trying to go for the shady effect, the lasting effect, I would have gave it to Porsha in front of Eva. Why you didn't do that? Did you wimp out on that part? But it just kind of lets you know, like, Kenya wants to be able to carry some mess, which is, I mean, fine for the show, but it's like, pick your battles, because this thing right here where you think somebody gave your child a doll because of some energy that you have, like, it's gonna, like she really had ill intent about a gift to your child. Like, you have to know better than that. And then when we double back to see what Eva really said, she never said nothing about energy. Cynthia did. All Eva said was, you know how these group things go, which she's not wrong, because the bi-wig party, when she was like, you know, that went south as well. So it's like, she is right for having her, you know, she's already coming pregnant. You know, you're coming to something where you have producers putting stuff in people's head and putting batteries in people's back, and things are moving, things are going. So it's like, for her to say that, Eva's just like a real person, where she's just like, girl, I just didn't even know, you know, I ain't even really know with this group stuff. I don't even want to chance it. And which, I mean, who could blame her? So then, you know, that's when Cynthia was like, yeah, because the energies and stuff. So it's just like, Kenya got real sensitive about a situation when she didn't even hear it from the source. And that's probably what's so annoying about this franchise, is they do so many like high school stuff. And while we're here for the drama, while we're here for like the reads and the shade, it's like, when it makes sense though, like, y'all making this storyline off of nothing. Like, and Eva was just so cool, like cool as a cucumber, just sitting there just reading and dragging and shading. And as soon as Kenya got out of line, she picked up her stuff and moved it on out. I'm sorry, as soon as Marlo got out of line, she picked up her stuff and moved it on out, because it was like, it's too many people coming towards me. I'm fully pregnant and I don't even have the time nor patience for this. All right, so there was a couple women there that I didn't really recognize. The one in the all white and the blonde hair, I didn't really know her. Wonder if we're gonna see more of her. Tanya, that outfit, ma'am, that was a good outfit, and red is my favorite color, so all the women, I was living in the red. Jovana, yet again, she's gonna give a flat iron, okay? We already know what she's coming with. Her hair is healthy, beautiful, nice. But as far as diversity, I haven't seen it, okay? But her hair is beautiful. But, you know, she's there carrying the bone, and it's almost like they give that position so willingly to the new one, right? She's coming in and she's fully rolling out the welcome mat, fully rolling out the welcome mat of carrying the bone. Like, here I am, the bone carrier. I'm here to defend Nene. And it's like they start playing this game, which is a shady game, about who's the thirstiest. And it was just so funny how Porsha was just like, you are, because I mean, she was being real thirsty in the moment. I really want to know why Kenya. Why Kenya? Kenya just said she's getting into it with Cynthia. You're not gonna be talking over me because, and if I'm talking, like, all of that for what? And I'm your friend. I'm your friend. So you're mad at me because you couldn't bring Brooklyn, and it's just like, but you have a nanny. You've had this nanny. Like, what is the issue? All right, so let me see what else. Yeah, so, and I felt like Porsha got robbed on the twerking award. Porsha killed that, okay? When I think of body goals, it is Porsha. I would love to just be, okay? But she killed that. Shamia, I didn't see nothing happening when she got down on the floor. She has lost weight. She does look great. But I didn't see nothing happening on the floor. Cynthia's twerk, it was just very old and very cold. But I mean, we love Cynthia because she was trying, right? Let me see what other questions. The shadiest, the one with the best read. I feel like all those could have went to Eva. Kenya gets like nasty with hers, like mean with hers, and so does Marlo. And then you can kind of tell when Marlo's losing her footing. I thought an interesting turning point was when somebody asked, when the question was asked, who's the most insecure? And Marlo could have used that moment to be shady, but it's like, she was like, well, I'll start. I have insecurities. These are my insecurities, my big feet and this, right? And then she started asking, like, what's your insecurity? And it just seemed like it was going to be like, oh, okay, I like this. And then Kenya brings it back to like her real problems, instead of saying like, I'm insecure about maybe like my feet or my ashy feet, because that's been a thing. Like, I always make sure I got lotion on. Instead of mentioning like your real actual problems at a girls' night, in a game time. Like, Kenya needs friends. Kenya needs friends. She needs some friends to confide in, drink wine with, off camera, and just let it all out. So then when you're out with people, instead of just you, the baby, the nanny, and your cousins or whoever, like when you're out with people, it don't just be all hanging out. And that's another important thing that I say to women. Okay, get you a journal, get you some friends you can confide in, unload, have a good time, talk things out, cry, laugh, be angry. And so then when you're in public spaces, or when you with your man or your husband or your mate, whoever, it's not just you just spouting off random things because you don't get to talk to nobody. And you don't ever hear your own voice unless it's in baby mode. Okay, this is very important as a woman, that you have an outlet for your voice. It's very important as a person, period. You need an outlet for your voice. You need someone to talk to. You need those things. All right, so it's very evident that Kenya does not have that. Okay, are we gonna keep mentioning this every episode though? Are we gonna do anything about it? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Because we don't like to see you like this. As a black woman, and as mean as you can be, I don't like to see you like this. I don't, especially after no man. All right, so so Marlo's playing this game. I mean, she's answered this like sensible answer, and they just kind of laugh all over her and kind of dismiss her. And you could tell her she was genuine in her answer, and you could tell she was just kind of like, well, dang, like, y'all say I'm so mean and I'm trying to sit here and be nice and blend in and stuff, and it just wasn't working for her. It just wasn't. And I was kind of shocked at her hair color choice. I mean, it didn't look bad, but I kept like not realizing it was her, because I'm used to like the all black with her. But yeah, that was this week's episode. Next week, I don't know if I remember oh wait, I do remember okay, so next week I seen Kenya walking in with something about the edges, something with edges, right? And this is why I say she's a mean girl. She's a bossy girl, just nasty with her shade. Excuse me. Because Marlo confided in the group and all millions of us watching, but she was like, you know, my insecurities are that I have really thin edges and I have big feet. And, you know, Shamia, what's your insecurity? So Kenya, to capitalize on this insecurity at an event Marlo was having, or maybe Marlo was speaking, I don't fully know. But all I know is she's walking in with something about edges and Marlo's on the mic, and it just, with the way it was edited, I have a problem with stuff like that. Like, funny shade is one thing, but this was not something that Marlo was laughing about. Like, what if Marlo walked in like with the like a low blow about your husband? What if she did that? What if she did that? And I think in that moment when Kenya was sharing, I think Marlo was saying stuff like, we're all beautiful, we're all, you know, obviously everybody was just like, I know Marlo not saying this stuff, because Marlo is divisive and she tears us down and all this stuff, but maybe Marlo's had a change of heart. Like, I'm not happy about Kenya doing this, because it just is not funny. It's just not funny. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this video down below. Comment what you think about Kenya's actions next episode. What are your predictions for next episode? What do you think about Riley and her not knowing, like, I need to clean my shower? What do you think about Porsha bringing her baby to the Bailey queue? Do you think it was necessary? Do you understand where she's coming from? Because y'all got kids and I don't. I'm Kim Ray. This is Kim Ray Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time.